Alright, what's up, guys? This is my thoughts on Wrestlemania 37, Night 2. I'm just going to go through the list of the matches, see some thoughts about what I thought of the match, maybe some extra stuff. You'll see. Alright, so the match that opened the night was Randy Orton versus The Fiend. I know people are very mad about it, and I will admit it's probably because I've been on the sideline the last month or two, not really tuning into Raw and SmackDown, but I liked it. For one, I'm a Randy Orton fan, so every time he gets a win, I'm excited. I loved all the theatrics with the Alexa Bliss, that Jack in the Box, and The Fiend. I like that. Where is it gonna go? I don't know. I haven't watched the Raw. I usually have to watch it on Hulu, so I gotta watch it like the day after. But I haven't watched it, so maybe on there they'll answer, the questions that some of the people have. But I enjoyed it. Natalya and Tamina versus Shayna and Nia Jax for the women's tag title. I don't like either of these teams. I respect Natalya. I know I've said it before, but I respect Natalya. I think Tamina's one of the worst wrestlers. I'm sure she's a nice person in real life, and I don't want to take that from her. And that's one thing that's hard for me is, I have to realize, you know what? She probably loves wrestling, and, I know her father's a legend. But how can you not do your one move that I expect you to do? Do the freaking splash that your father did. You can't do that? But, I don't know. I've never been a fan of Shayna. Do not like Nia Jax. I don't think she's good. I didn't care. Shayna and I win. I didn't care. Sure. But that was followed up. I don't remember if these went in exact order. I just kind of took them offline. But Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul as a special guest. Not referee, just kind of side. Honestly, this was probably the match of the night. I don't think anyone would argue that. They absolutely just killed it. That's the most excited I've seen, watching Sami Zayn wrestle in a long time. I know he's had that in him. And the last few times I've watched him wrestle, I wondered where it went. That was giving me flashes of NXT Sami Zayn. So that was pretty exciting. Kevin Owens is always great. I think it was smart. Yeah, give Kevin the win. And stunning Logan Paul just kind of puts a little icing on the cake, just a little bit. The next match was Sheamus versus Matt Riddle. Okay, I know there's a lot of people like Sheamus, and I don't. He's all right, but I think this is. I'm sure there's reasons to it, and I don't know if it has anything to do with how he missed his line on live, but I think it makes Matt Riddle look really bad to lose that match. But it's kind of all in the line of anybody that's come from NXT. You win the US title, you have it for at most a month. It's taken right from you, and you don't see it again. But kind of sucks, but okay. Apollo Crews versus Big E for the Intercontinental Championship. I've been an Apollo Crews fan since NXT. I remember still buying his gray Apollo Nation t-shirt. And I always wanted him to get a push because he's so good. I know he kind of lacks you on the mic, but he is so good. And I know a lot of people don't I guess they don't really care for this Nigerian gimmick. It does make me feel a little bit better knowing that he's actually from and his parents are Nigerian. But honestly, for me, I like it because before he didn't really have a character. So now he has a character. And I thought the match was okay. I didn't say it was great. I really wish they'd have wrestled more. But I didn't really care for the interference. I think someone said he was on Raw Underground, but I never seen that guy before. But I mean, here the thing is yeah, the interference kind of sucks, but I'm hoping Apollo will defend and retain his title in his next defense, because I'm sure Big E's going to want a rematch. But I'm just happy that Apollo won the Intercontinental Championship. That's a great honor to win. That's just my thoughts on that one. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title. I enjoyed this. I know someone will probably say, and I even said it, that the Sasha Belair match was probably better, but I like this one more, and it is probably because I'm a big Rhea Ripley fan, and I know most people will probably say she shouldn't have even been in the match. I can see where you're coming from. I mean, she did kind of come out of nowhere, but it's the kind of thing where it's like you can kind of know that maybe she shouldn't have been there, but as a fan, you're just happy that your person won. I thought the match was great. I'm not a big fan of. Everybody knows I am not a big fan of Asuka, but she was really good in the match, and that's Asuka being Asuka. I was impressed when she got out of the Asuka lock. But I was actually kind of surprised. Like, literally, it was one of those moments where, like, the 3 count hits, and I'm just kind of like, she really won. Wow. Yeah, so I'm excited. I think, honestly, that's exactly what Raw needs right now. I think this kind of new heelish Rhea Ripley is going to bring a lot of new opportunities and a lot of, like, spice up the Raw Women's division. So I'm really excited to see where that's going to go. It's another one of the few little things it's pulling me back. Like, now I want to tune into Raw and see what Rhea's going to do with her title. Now, the Universal Championship match, Edge versus Roman versus Daniel. I almost wanted to do a whole video about this, but I'm just going to try to put it in here. It was okay. It's okay. I enjoyed, Edge is the guy I had winning. I don't know many people that didn't have Edge winning. I think Edge did great in the match. Honestly, everybody did good in the match. I'm still a firm believer Daniel Bryan should never have been there. I was only okay with him being there because in my head I was like, well, he'll take the pinfall. Keep Roman super strong. Fine. I don't care. I understand that they want him to be pushed as a heel. I'm cool with that. And if it had been anyone but Edge, I would have been not a fan of it, but I'd been like, I understand. Okay, sure. But why the hell all this time have we been shoved down our throats if you didn't like it? For me, I loved all this, but the Edge comeback. Like, what? Why did you let him win the Rumble? And you get all these promos about, everything I've done to get back to where I am. Had everything taken, and it's just like so emotional and so meaningful, and some of the best promos that I've seen in quite some time. These videos, like on the WWE Network, about him coming up to the Rumble and this whole return, and then you put him at the main event, and then you let him lose. But not only do you let him lose, you do that disrespectful stuff where you drag his body on top of Daniel's and pin them both at the same time. That's one of the most disrespectful pins I've seen in a long time, if not ever. I'm sure there's worse, but I don't want to get mad. I don't want to be that guy that sit here and just yells at the screen, but I was pretty upset. I mean, I remember when I was watching it, I was pretty much silent and upset for a couple hours. I was just like, only thing that's helped me is there was a couple other things. Like I said, the Rhea thing is going to make me feel better about wrestling. It's just, I don't get it. And I know someone's going to try to come at me and say, well, he signed a 3-year contract. That's not what I'm talking about. I am a firm believer that, for the most part, Wrestlemania should be the peak, like the end point, the climax of the storyline. Because is this going to be as impactful if he happens in a month at a different pay-per-view? No. It'll still be good, but it's not going to be as impactful. So I just don't get it. I really don't. I'm upset. I'm going to be honest. I'm upset. I've never been a big fan of Roman. I think he's much better. I do, honestly. If it hadn't been Edge, I think this is some of the best Roman that we've seen. Daniel, I don't want to talk about Daniel Bryan because he should not have been there. Especially if you knew Edge was going to lose, he should not have been there. Because now we're going to see probably Daniel think he needs another shot. Dude's lost it now 4 times. At least 3. I might be off by 1. 3 or 4 times in a row. But no, I'm gonna chill. I don't wanna scream, but it just sucks, you know. And it sucks because I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying to get my girlfriend into wrestling, and she's getting excited about a lot of stuff. Of course, I'm not gonna blame her, but she picked Roman Reigns to like. It's fine. But she's been sitting here seeing all this build up and trying to explain to her that, like, I have to say, if you think something really, really good is gonna happen, there's a pretty high chance in WWE that's not gonna happen. Which is why, for example, she saw me almost like break down and cry of excitement when Edge came back at the Rumble, you know, the year before. Because stuff like that doesn't happen a whole lot. And when it does, us as wrestling fans, we got to cherish that. So, that's just sucks. Overall, though, I would say WrestleMania was good. Like I said, a few things that have changed. You know, obviously the Edge one. I would have had Riddle win. I mean, it's just a couple. But overall, I enjoyed the WrestleMania. I do think the 2-night thing is so much smarter instead of having to sit down and try to watch 8 hours in a row. So yeah, that's my thoughts about WrestleMania 37. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys love the video, go ahead and hit the like. If you guys want to chat with me, put a comment in the bottom. And then, if you guys want to see me again, do me a big favor. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks, guys.